Hello, accountability buddies. This is Les with another episode of Less is More Healthy, attempting to do some recordings with a variety of recording equipment to solve the issue of massive gargantuan file sizes from this bad boy, the Action 3. I realized as I was processing video that I really use the Action 3. I use it for shooting all my videos now. Sound quality is great. I get great audio quality. Video quality is spectacular, but the video files are huge. And I realized I was basically using the file where I'm talking to the camera as a voiceover track. I do the talky bits, and then I slide video of the bike ride over the top of that. And often when I'm recording, I'm not even looking at the camera anymore. I do the initial intro where I'm looking at the camera. I say hello to all of you, and then I set the camera aside, and the actual video is of the roof, the ceiling of my car, or the little inside of the console. And so it's like a giant waste of file space. And as I was trying to process all of those videos that I've had going, I just decided I wanted to try a couple of other options. So I've got audio going into my Zoom H1, which is not ideal because that means I have to carry another piece of audio equipment or equipment in general, plus a whole other microphone. I'm also recording into my phone with Audiolab. Audiolab is what I used to record manuscripting pod when I was doing that. And so I know I can get really good audio out of it. I can also process the audio within the app and then export it to Google Docs. And that works pretty well. And it moves pretty fast. So I know I can get that audio clean, and then I can get it onto my computer at home relatively easily. Also, I know that the audio files aren't going to be huge. This means that I can take the Osmo Action video, I could stop recording right now, continue recording into my phone or into the Zoom H1, and get good clean audio that isn't going to take up gigs and gigs and gigs of storage space on my computer and external hard drive. So there's all that. I am on my way into work, which you probably could tell from the initial intro to the video. On my way to work, I'm driving in. It's gray and dreary. That is supposed to burn off, and we are supposed to end up with a nice sunny day in the mid to high 70s. Not going to be bad, good air quality. But I decided to ride my bike in because I have a meeting at 9 a.m. I don't know why I agreed to that. I hate early morning meetings. And so after I have that meeting, more studio work. I also have ridden my bike to work back to back. So Thursday and Wednesday I rode in on my bike, and it was really good. Yesterday it looked like we had an impending thunderstorm. We were predicted for thunderstorms, and I pushed myself to ride home a little faster. And I always say, I strive to ride my bike at an enjoyable pace, particularly when I'm out and I'm seeing something new or interesting for the first time. And it's always good to just kind of ride at a steady pace. I always look for a steady pace. But yesterday I was like, I'm going to push myself to go a little faster, get home as quickly as I can for my current skill set, and see if I can just push myself. So I did. So I pushed myself to go a little faster, and I ended up cutting 10 minutes off my ride time and hitting almost an average speed of 10 miles an hour. And I probably would have hit that 10 miles an hour if the trail was in better condition, because we've had several days of really, really heavy rain. There are several spots on the trail that are a little or a lot washed out and have very soft gravel. The rain is just kind of filtered through, and the areas that were very hard packed gravel, and they'll eventually get back to being hard packed gravel, are just really loose, sandy gravel. There are a couple of spots that are washed out that are just swampy. And so that section really sucks your wheels in and slows you down. And it's a good length of the trail. But it will pack down. It'll be a fast surface again. Also, yesterday there weren't a lot of people on the trail, so I didn't have to slow down for walkers. I was just kind of able to get into a steady pedaling rhythm and go. So I did really well, and I'm proud of that. I'm not trying to push it in the morning. I'm just, again, looking for that steady rhythm on the bike to get to work. And I've been feeling really good with the rides. So I'm just enjoying the ride, enjoying the steady rhythm of the ride. And I figured that the ride home, that commute home, is a good spot to push myself because it's a trail I've seen now a dozen times. There's some changing things, and more wildflowers open on it, which is really cool. But it's also, I'm familiar with it now. I know the sections. I know where I can push myself. And I think that's good for me. I think it's good to kind of get the heart rate up higher than it has been. And I will say that my resting heart rate has dropped below 70. So it's now 69 on the regular. Like when I wake up in the morning and when I'm not moving around, my heart rate drops down to 69 beats per minute, which is, I think, just another indication that my heart health is getting better. So, and I think this is 110. I could be wrong. We'll see if this is actually, I know it's not going to be, maybe it's 110. Tomorrow's might be 110. So anyway, I been doing really well with the rides, been feeling really good. I have had, I don't know if it was visible in the video portion of this, I am exhausted for whatever reason. The last couple of days I haven't been sleeping well. I got some work news, a couple of different, I got good and kind of annoying work news that I can't share yet. I can't share the announcement for a few, probably another week and a half or so. Most of it's good news. The annoying thing I probably won't talk about. Yeah, so good news, bad news, and just sort of feeling good physically, but not sleeping all that well. Normally, when I ride my bike 25 miles or more, I sleep wonderfully well. My sleep is usually really good that night. And it hasn't been these last couple of days. So that's a bummer. Anyway, I've got a few bike things that I'm gonna do this weekend. It's sort of maintenance and repair type thing. The rear derailleur, the low gear set screw has become loose, and I had an incident yesterday when I crossed the street where I had shifted into a higher gear or lower gear. I think it's a lower gear, into a lower gear, and the chain fell off the cassette and got wedged in the frame, which is a problem I have quite literally never had on a bike. I've never had the chain fall off the cassette. The front cogs, yeah, that's happened. So this was really weird, and the only thing that explains that is that the set screw is off, and I know it was set properly, so I'm thinking that just through the vibrations of use of the bike that's become loosened. So I'm gonna put some Loctite on both of those, and hope that it tightens them up properly. I did lubricate the whole thing, so I'm thinking that when I lubed everything, a little bit of lube got down into that set screw and helped it loosen up with the vibrations. It's just a thing that happens. It's not a big deal. It's just screws loosen up over time. Um, so that'll happen. The shifting has also been very rough, and if that set screw is off, it's just it does make it things not shift properly. So we'll get that fixed this weekend. That shouldn't be a problem. It should be a 15-minute job if that. Um, and um, then the I brakes have been soft and smushy, so I ordered some new brake stuff, and I'm gonna put that on this weekend as well. So that should tighten those brakes up. Right now, it's taking quite a while to stop the bike, um, and this will tighten them up and make those brakes feel good again. Right now, they just feel like marshmallows. So I'll get that tightened up, and everything should be good. All right, so I'm almost at work, and with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for being an accountability buddy. Um, I don't think I would still be doing this if it weren't for this vlog. I don't know that I would have stuck with these healthy changes I've made in my life, and been able to make the changes I've made without this vlog. So thank you for the support. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye.